Okay, what's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of UOT Radio podcast with your girl Queen Kelly. And this podcast is a socially conscious podcast that looks at the issues that affect Ugandans online. So you can be a Ugandan in Uganda, you can be a Ugandan in Dubai or in the UK or in the USA. I mean, wherever you are, you definitely want to check out this podcast and see what we're up to. Today we do have a very special topic. If you've been online for a while, you've seen everyone talking about cryptocurrency and you know what it's about. Everybody's talking about NFTs and all these other things, and you might be interested in probably investing or just getting to know more about it. And I do have a special guest today. I'd say he's a business trainer and a mentor. Over to you.
Thanks. And when you're doing that whole introduction, the one thing that kept coming to my mind was, why is Dubai so special to you? You keep mentioning it a lot. So, boyfriend of Rachel in Dubai, please say hello. Anyway, my name is Rodger, and I'm glad to be on the podcast today. I am a business trainer, like you've mentioned. I also mentor businesses, especially startups, so people that are trying to find their ways. I run a small organization or a business, call it a company, known as Golazo. Golazo basically is a business development company that leverages technology to support growth in both individuals and businesses, startups, and small or medium-scale businesses. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Guys, that's like the shortest introduction he has ever made. So sit tight, might get longer. Also, shout out to my boyfriend in Dubai. Okay, so today our topic is, has cryptocurrency brought a new meaning to the value of money, or is it just, FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out for any of you non-millennials listening in. So according to Google, the popular searches, I'd say in the United States in 2021 was money. Money was a very popular search. So our business trainer and guest today, what is money?
Thank you. I like to subdivide money into at least 3 different categories to give it context and meaning. So I'll give you a brief history, and I'll not dwell long on this, but previously when we were, our forefathers, when they were looking at means of exchange, because here's the thing, we as human beings, we always have needs. Everyone has needs. You have needs, I have needs, and sometimes you have the needs that I could meet, and I also have the needs that you could meet. And so most times, in order for me to give you what you need from me and you to give me what I need from you, previously we used to use what we call barter trade, where we exchange goods for goods, and then we try to make everyone happy. But as we evolved as human species, it kind of came out that it was a bit of unfair, because if I needed a horse and you had a cat, and you give me your cat, I give you my horse, sometimes it was unfair. So we came up with now that's when the whole phenomenon of money came into place, that we could come up with something that we could use as a medium of exchange. So money in essence is a medium of exchange, and that's the basic definition I can give it to you. But it's a medium of exchange with value. So if we get time, we can talk about the value bit, but that's pretty much what money is.
Okay, thank you so much, Rodger, for that elaborate discussion on money. So our next question is, what is your understanding of cryptocurrency?
My understanding of cryptocurrency, it's pretty much the universal understanding. Like I talked about money earlier, and money kept taking on different forms. So it came from the barter trade, and then it went into the precious metals like gold and silver. Then from precious metals like gold and silver, it went into fiduciary issue for currencies. Now, currencies were centralized means of exchange. Currencies are basically what the central bank declares as legal tender. So you can use that to exchange for goods and services. So currencies can be paper if they need to be, or they can be plastic, like currencies like the British pound. They are made in plastic with special features. So the central bank declares something, and then that is legal tender. Anyway, so but the problem now was that these currencies would be easily manipulated by the central bank, because the central bank is pretty much the legit owner of the currency. Now, the geniuses in our times, people that sat down and thought through everything, I guess they were very frustrated with the way central banks work. They developed decentralized ledgers, decentralized spreadsheets, because as money kept on taking on different forms, it became also electronic money. So basically what you had was money being written on your spreadsheet, what you call your account. Then when you buy something, it's erased or it's subtracted off your spreadsheet, and then it goes and it's put on the other person's spreadsheet, the person you're buying from. So money became electronic, and everything was done by the computer. It's just changing of numbers. So the people that were good at thinking, they thought of ways of how we can decentralize money, and whatever you do with your money is your sole purpose, and nobody has to have control over it like the central bank. So they developed what we now know as a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency comes from it's called cryptocurrency because it comes from cryptography. There's a numbers with in cryptography we have an open key, which we call the hash in cryptocurrency, and then we have the encrypted key. Now, what makes cryptocurrency very strong is that you have a currency or ledgers that are replicated among so many in a network. So you have a network. That's what we call a blockchain. So you have blocks that are interconnected with so many different blocks. Okay, so everyone has a copy, what we call your ledger. So you have your ledger, I have my ledger, and then we have a big network of ledgers. Yeah. So in order for me to change something on one ledger, I have to change on all the millions of ledgers that are out there that have been replicated. So every time somebody has a cryptocurrency, or every time somebody has a crypto asset, what happens is that asset is replicated in so many other different forms or with so many different people. So if I have to change something, that's why if you've dealt in cryptocurrency, you will see that every time maybe you buy, say for instance, a Bitcoin or whichever crypto asset you're using, it takes long for it to reflect on all the different, especially on your ledger, because it has to now keep changing, and the keys are what matters. Okay, so this is decentralized money. This is decentralized electronic money, if I can put it in very small, in a very compressed form. Cryptocurrency is decentralized money, electronic money, where you have control over your own money. I don't know if that makes sense, but I tried.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rodger, for that elaborate discussion. I definitely have a better understanding of what cryptocurrency is, and I think even how it works. So whoever is into Bitcoin, I might be joining you soon. So moving along, I recently saw a tweet by, I would say, one of the old people on Twitter, who is also now an employer, and he was looking for, some people to hire and join his company, and apparently most of the CVs that he had were from people who were born in the 1990s. yeah, he said these guys are too young. Why do they have even 5 years experience? So as a business trainer, I would love to ask you, at what phase of life should someone begin looking for money, whether it's cryptocurrency or investing in whatever blockchain technology there is? At what phase in life should someone consider getting money?
The question was that people are discouraged, employers that are a bit older, like this geriatric man over here. If you're a bit older, that you're not going to be so impressed with the 90s born stuff. Sadly, that's true. I have had challenges as an employer of trying to get people settled down into work. I don't know what they teach in schools lately or how families are lately, but it doesn't look like the whole notion of hard work and a couple of things. One, hard work, commitment, and dedication. Commitment and dedication, pretty much the same thing, but we don't see that anymore in what do you guys call yourselves now? Millennials? You still millennials? Okay, yeah. So we don't see that. I think I'm a millennial too, by the way.
Yes, you are.
But
it is.
But the thing is that in my generation, okay, I was born at the beginning of the 90s, actually. Yeah, and during our times, our parents had just come out of the big war that ushered in liberation into Uganda. And so our parents, I guess, were a bit more hard on us in order for us not to go to, slip back into the dark days of our country. I'm Ugandan, in case you're wondering. So our parents were really quite, they were hands-on, if I could put it that way. They were pretty hands-on with us, and they were trying to put us in line. But I think as liberty keeps, being enjoyed by the different people, and as we see that we no longer have to fear for wars coming up in Uganda, at least in some parts, especially in the central region. So we kind of lay back, and we think that the world will always be, very fair and easy, to live. And so we're now starting to see it in our, what the president here calls the grandkids. So we're starting to see it in our grandkids that people have so much liberties that things like hard work don't really mean much. And so that's what employers are now trying to struggle with. You really have the best of intentions in hiring. You have the best of intentions in setting up a business. But most businesses in Uganda have actually gone down because of the wrong staff hired. And it's not because the staff are not being given whatever they're asking for or whatever they really want. It's just because they just don't know what work is. That's the sad part. So, yeah, I empathize with that person.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about all that, Rodger.
But don't cry.
I feel for you. At what phase of life should someone start looking for money?
I mean, yeah, if we go back to our definition of money from the beginning, is that a medium for exchanging goods and services. So I guess from the point when somebody feels that they're ready to offer service, it could be back home when you're trying to maybe wash cars for your dad or whatever. Because like I told you in the beginning that we all have needs, and most times we want our needs to be met. So sometimes the only way you can meet your needs is by paying money for this. So you should start looking for money, or you should start applying yourself to figuring out money things from the point when you feel like, now I have needs to be met. Now the next question would be like, so how do you go about that? The best way to go about it is through hard work, or working hard and being innovative. From as young as, I guess, 10 years, I was always trying to figure out ways of making money. And yeah, so I would encourage everyone to get into the money habit from a very young age. That's what I could say.
I'm just curious to know, as a 10-year-old, you might have been very proactive in looking for money. So I'd love to know, after you get this money, how do you invest it? Let's say now when you've probably grown up and you're a business owner, probably, let's say for my generation that is really anxious to get into the blockchain technology and invest in all these types of crypto assets. When or how would you advise someone to go about investing?
I need to say something. Money is very hard to come by. I mean, making money is a tough thing. And so the one thing I'd like to tell people that you do not want to keep throwing your money away after you've done so much, you've struggled a lot to get that money. So the best approach, the first most important thing is that you save that money and you buy yourself what I call thinking time. So when you get money, the first thing you have to do is to save it, and save for as long as you feel like you have things figured out. And you can never be 100% certain, but money that you sleep on, quote unquote, is money that you can best plan for. So don't rush, because when you start to rush to spend money, you'll be doing what I keep calling firefighting, because you'll be throwing money at almost everything that comes by, and sometimes not everything needs money. So investing in crypto right now, I actually don't encourage people to invest in crypto right now. There are so many different qualities of money, real money, that cryptocurrency hasn't yet made. And as of now, there's so much about speculation, sadly. And as the technology keeps getting better, it's going to be real money. But as of now, cryptocurrency is not really money yet. And so I wouldn't really encourage people, much as I know it's the rush, everyone wants to get into it. But I have not yet bought any crypto assets myself. I'm still keeping calm about the whole thing. I know that's the future. I cannot deny the fact that this is the future for sure. Electronic currencies are going to be the future. But in the current state, I would advise that people take caution. And yeah, I mean, if you have some money, okay, yeah, here's one thing that you need to know. Only invest what you can afford to lose. And that's the thing about investment. So when you make savings, you can be comfortable losing something, okay? And that is what you should invest. Whenever you're investing, try your absolute best to only invest what you can afford to lose. Otherwise, you're only trading, or what I could even say, you're only making unnecessary risk. I know business is always risk, but only invest when you're sure that you can lose something. Don't make it your life thing.
You've talked about being a business owner, and we recently just came out of, I would say, okay, we are still in the pandemic, but at least things are we're trying to adjust to the new normal of the pandemic, that is COVID. So as a business owner that was hit with all these restrictions during COVID, now comes in the question of, in case there is another pandemic, where can a business owner get money, or someone who wants money and is ready and willing to go to the next step, where can they get money?
Now, money, like I said, money is hard to come by. The pandemic, yeah, it was a very unfortunate thing that happened to us. But did you know that most of the times all the best inventions that you've come across come after a period of challenge? During the 1930s, when the world suffered a big economic meltdown, that's when big innovations like was it the aeroplane? I need to check. I mean, I have some research that I carried out, and you see that most of the things came up after there was a big. So anyway, to cut the whole thing short, right now the best thing for people to do is, if you're good at innovating, that's going to be a next source of money, because the whole world as we have known it is going to undergo a fundamental shift, a change of the way we do work, the way we do business, the way we attract funds into us. It's all going to change because of what we have undergone as a world, as the globe. So that's the nexus of money, is innovation. So right now is the best time to start thinking up some new ideas that you can pursue. And if you've ever dreamt of something, this is the best time to now start to put me to this dream. And that's how money is going to come in, because it's now time for a fundamental shift in the entire world.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I definitely have been on the other end of the pandemic. Everything is going digital now, so being also like my day job involved in being a digital marketer, so I definitely did reap benefits from pandemic. Okay, so unfortunately, most of the statistics that I got to know online come from the US. So we did see a lot of people. I know my friends in Canada definitely had some student loans that were pardoned. There were stimulus checks moving around here and there during the pandemic. So as a business trainer or as a businessman, what trend do you see as using, I guess, or adopting in Uganda to handle the pandemic better, let's say for business owners who are hit hard? I saw the government give out some money, but what trend do you actually see happening?
The most important thing, the way I see it, is that money has to now start flowing in the economy again. And yes, like you said, the government has taken quite some plausible initiatives. I know people are not really happy that it's only, a drop in the whole ocean, but at least something is coming out. What we need is to start seeing money flow into the economy, because it's what we call the velocity of money, where money paid to, say, you can be used to pay somebody else, can be used to, like, if I gave you 100,000, you probably might settle bills of 5 different people, 6 or 7 different people. That's called the velocity of money. So you keep paying off different people, and that's how money keeps flowing into the economy. So the best approach right now is for us to start seeing money coming into the economy. And so whatever we do, we need to start, support the local producers, local content producers and stuff like that. So, if you can help it, you should spend more within your country, and that is going to help us as a whole country. Think of it this way, that if you buy something locally made from a Ugandan and perhaps not buy something imported, you're helping yourself and 10 other Ugandans out there. So if 10 of us help another 10 each, that's going to have a multiplier effect. So support your local businesses, support your local service providers, support your local manufacturers. And that's how we're going to start, getting on the mend and improving our economy for the long run. We need to be in this together. So each one has a part to play, and don't only think of maybe whatever your politician is telling you, but think of your role as a citizen of the country. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely do agree with that. I think collaboration is definitely the way to go if you can. Content producers are definitely collaborating with business trainers now to get the message out there and get a lot of business owners and people interested in getting out of the unemployment line, get some money and get some training to, bring our economy back to where it was, or even take it to a better level. But it has been a really great discussion with Rodger. However, we have come to the end, and I think I'd love to ask for your last words.
So my last words would be, here's the thing. Ugandans, and I think I touched this on in the last segment, every one of us has a responsibility to play. It doesn't matter whether it's leadership, whether it's business, governance, whatever. We all have a part to play. I think as a nation we have for so long wanted to create scapegoats, and we throw over everything, even our responsibilities, onto these individuals as the sole people responsible for even our thinking. But I want all of us to take initiative in one, how we think, how we act, and even for the things that we undertake, especially in business. If we increase if we multiply productivity, that's going to also help our nation. And we can also be innovative. That's also going to be very important. You see, the thing you talked about earlier about young people not really knowing the value of hard work. We need to change that trend right now. We need to start knowing that every single individual right now in this country that is fully able to work, and they don't put their energies, their brains to work, they are doing a disservice to the country, and eventually it's going to be the disaster that we shall be crying in a period not far from now. So let all of us take our own initiatives and make sure that we can build the nation together. Thank you.
So if you want to find Rodger, go over to Twitter and look for the Gigs Hub. If you are on Facebook, you can check out the Golazo Business Development page. And definitely do send a DM through. You can also reach out to me on UOT at UOT Radio or at Queen Lakeli, and I'll definitely get you to this business trainer, and he does have business trainings going on. So if you're a business owner out there interested in taking your business to the next level, do reach out to him. And that's it from us. See ya.